everyone, welcome to Just Josie. I am here with my boy Suga Pop. I'm so excited to have him on the show, and we're about to just kick back and tell you what's going down. All right, so what's up, babes?
We have to go back. Locking comes from LA. Locking.
Exactly.
Locking is the first. It comes before popping, it comes before breaking.
Okay.
It's the first dance. These guys are 65, 70 years old that started this.
That's right.
That's the first generation.
These are, that's
Don Campbell,
Exactly.
Campbell Lock Jr., Fluky Luke,
Right.
Fred Berry.
just to give respect.
Yeah, these are
That's
the
right.
guys who started this dance. And when popping came down here, it came down from Central California. Of course, us being lockers, we thought it was another form of locking, but it was a different dance.
That's right.
Therefore, we called it pop locking, which was a misnomer. We were saying the wrong name of the dance because it was a different
It was
dance.
a different dance altogether.
It had changed. The music had changed. The clothing had changed. The style had changed.
Right.
We'd gone from that get on up, ba-doom-doom, to the boom, class,
Yeah.
yeah.
It
It
was
had changed.
quite different. Right.
Popping comes from Fresno, California.
Yeah, and that's why it's.
And that's hard for me to say because I'm from LA, so.
Yeah, right. And even harder for me to hear because I'm from New York, and we got our own little thing about where it's
Well, you're not a dance guy there, right?
Let's talk about that.
Okay, so you know Mr. Wiggles.
We don't
Okay,
we
so,
know Mr. Wiggles, we all go way back.
Right. I met Mr. Wiggles in 1981 was the first year that I met him. 80 was the first year that I went to New York. And I jumped in a circle, Times Square, some guys out there dancing. All of a sudden, they'd never seen anything like it. They were doing like everybody else that saw the Electric Boogie on Soul Train. Were trying to do what they thought it was. And they were calling it the Electric Boogie, which is short for Electric Boogaloos.
Exactly.
And so I jumped in there and started cracking on it, just pow, 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 hitting that pop, and they were like, never seen it before. And so they were like, we gotta call these other guys who do it real good. So they called Fable.
Okay.
My boy Fable, he came down from Harlem.
He's gonna be on. All of them are gonna be on the show tonight.
I got down again. He was like, man, I gotta take you to see Mr. Wiggles. An hour later, we were up in the Bronx, Mr. Wiggles' house. First time I'd ever seen b-boying, first time I'd ever seen breaking. And you know, got down for him up there, and that's how the story passed. I passed on the dance that I knew to them, because they'd only seen glimpses of it on Soul Train or Kicks or Midnight Special or something. So I gave them the details of it, where it comes from, how it's done, that there's actually techniques to it. That
a lot of kids today don't know.
I mean, it's pretty simple. Like they can see how it works in breaking it. You must learn the techniques in order for the dance to work.
Right.
You must learn these things. And you know, they're starting to see that in popping, and that's why like other countries, Asia and Europe and stuff, it's blown up so much because we've been teaching there for 30 years strong.
Right. I mean, consistently.
Yeah.
And they're getting it from like
the source.
Yeah, the source, exactly.
Where it comes
so they're
from.
doing it. They're doing it right. And so I mean, I just love the history. I love knowing that. You know, I was around and I was doing my thing at that time. I mean, I definitely wasn't a pop or locker. That wasn't, you know, that wasn't my style. But I was in there dancing house. So it all started for me. But what would you like to pass on to the next generation for somebody who's interested in maybe going into dancing, who maybe is already into dancing? I mean, what kind of advice would you give to them, and you know, just really keeping it real?
Maybe a lot of little things I would do different.
Okay.
The most important thing is I danced because I loved it. I mean, I loved it. Before I did anything, before I liked girls, before I did anything, this dance was here for me. I have done nothing else since I was a child, nothing. Everything that I do, this music, the girls I date, whatever, it all comes from this dance. Everything comes from this, and it's what I love to do. The day that I find something that does me better, I'm out. So I love it with all my heart. You know what I mean? Like I'll teach 3 or 4 classes a day. I'll dance 6, 8 hours a day. I'll come home, song come on, I'll be in there just getting down. So if you don't love it, find something that you love to do.
That's right.
Otherwise, you're gonna look back and be like, bah, what I waste my time doing.
Absolutely.
That being said, if your aspirations are just to dance behind somebody, I'm not knocking that. Okay, I never done it. You see me, I danced with Michael Jackson, I danced up front. When we danced with Michael Jackson, I said, hey Michael, we should do like the Jackson 5 and do this whole routine. Therefore, the dancers came to the front of the stage. Now, I did that for two reasons. One, I didn't want to dance in the back, but I just wanted to get up there and live my dream. I wanted to do the Jackson 5.
That's it.
When I danced with Lionel Richie stopped the show and played piano behind me while I danced. Now, I'm not saying that's just what I want to do. If your aspirations are dancing in the back of somebody, that's good. But listen, 2 years from now, there'll be another tour. And you're going to be a little older, a little heavier. New dance is going to be in style, and they already would have seen your face, so they're going to get somebody else. And don't think these artists are going to be like, well, I know you need a job, we can take you on this tour. It moves on.
Yes,
So
yes.
you got to be able to understand that. Remember, when you're sick, those artists ain't sending you a cup of soup or, when times are rough, that artist moves on and goes someplace else. So just remember that if you're doing that job and that's your aspirations, that it's short-lived.
Right. So make sure you love it.
Yeah, make sure you love it. Make sure you live it. But make sure you're dancing for the reason that you want to dance. If it's just to make money, there's much easier ways. I would suggest you find them.
So let's talk about that. So let's talk about ways that dancers can make money nowadays, right? I mean, we all have, and I mean, when I say we, I mean us, older dancers now. We've been around the block. We've, danced with everyone.
I've met some older dancers. I'm trying not to be one. But,
yeah, that's right. That's not me either. Did I say that was me? Did I say we? Yeah, that's right. I just told my husband that. Didn't I ask? Didn't I just say he said old? I said.
Yeah. I'm not married. So
yeah, I'm not old. We gotta get him a girl for this show right here. Okay, so let's talk about the dancer and the love life. What's that like? What has that been for you?
Awesome. I can't complain.
I said real talk, didn't I? I said real talk.
Anybody who has a different reason why they dance, that's all good. I'm not going to knock whatever you do it for. But I started dancing because the ladies, the girls, just girls, I could get so much attention dancing, cutting up and getting down. They'd be like, man, you get down. Ooh, that's that kid, get down. So I was like, this is it for me. This is it for me, You got to remember, at 16 years old, I'm working with Michael Jackson, right? Right On magazine. If you got in Right On magazine, that was like black folks' teen beat. So I got a picture of me and Michael Jackson all in the. I'm up in the.
Where is it? Do you have that picture by the way?
I got a triplicate. I got an original. I got a photocopy. Got 8 times.
I know that's right. We got to show that.
But check this out. I would carry one in my back pocket. I would go into McDonald's. I don't need a McDonald's anymore. But I would go into McDonald's or Burger King and I'd be like this. Do you think this look like me? Oh, really? Now fries go with that shake every time. They'll be like, here, we'll give you some supersized fries. No, but
see, the things you don't know about Suga Pop right here on Just Josie, okay? You gotta love it. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, it's been great. I met just so many great people along the way, and I've also been it goes both ways too. I've in downtimes when there wasn't a lot of work and I was still going out dancing, I was supported by girls that I'd met through dance and took good care of me. So, I remember just being broken.
Dance and women have been good to you. It's
synonymous.
It's synonymous. It's one.
For me.